morning, I'm Dave Becker, and thank you for joining us for this webinar presented by MedHQ on improving efficiency and productivity with MedHQ accounting services. Next slide, please. So I've been with MedHQ for 20 years, since 2003, just about the time we started as a company. And I am currently the VP of Client Accounting Services. I'd like to introduce Dara Raval.
Hello, my name is Dara Raval. I'm accounting manager at MedHQ. I have been with MedHQ for over 6 years now. I have 9 years of experience in accounting industry, both in healthcare and fund accounting. Next slide, please. So for the agenda today, we will be covering several topics with you. We will talk a little bit about MedHQ accounting services, MedHQ services. We will talk about some common challenges that our clients face every day and what solutions we provide to them. We will talk about one of the current hot topics in the accounting industry. Then we'll try to answer a few questions at the end and probably close. Next slide, please.
So first, I'd like to talk a little bit about MedHQ. We're tech-enabled expert services for the people who make outpatient healthcare work, and we've been doing it since 2003. HR, staffing, accounting, credentialing, and advisory services, all with a personal touch. Each service comes with a center-assigned HR rep, accounting manager, credentialing specialist, or advisor. Generally, we do just about anything, any kind of back office service an outpatient service center might need. This has been our niche for 20 years. Next slide.
So to give you an idea of the accounting services at MedHQ, we are one of the leading providers of accounting services in the outpatient industry. Like Dave mentioned, we specialize in accounting and AP tools that help you focus on what's important. You know, we've seen there's an increased demand to stay close to your numbers, like they say, know your numbers. So we'll talk about some of the services that we do. So the first one, we hire CPAs. We make sure that every financial that goes out is reviewed by a certified accountant. We follow GAAP at MedHQ, which is extremely beneficial since all the financial institutions require financials to be prepared with GAAP. We keep up with all the policies and procedures issued by FASB. We have simplified our way of accounting by partnering with a very user-friendly state-of-art software. It's called Sage Intacct. It basically satisfies all needs of reporting. It can be customized in multiple ways. One other area that we help them with is managing internal control policies. We develop internal control measures that help you with keeping up with best accounting and AP practices. We make flow charts that they will get into more later. We manage work papers for our clients. They can go back and retrieve any information they have with them. We have a special chart of accounts. This helps the client in cost control and cost reduction. And we are constantly trying to bring new and improved best practices from our industry. Next slide, please. Okay, so here we wanted to talk about a few challenges our clients have faced over time and how we help them overcome those challenges. The first one is the inaccurate data entry, which often leads to erroneous reporting, delayed reporting, missing deadlines. The second is the limitations that the client have because of software, the reports that they can run and used to analyze financial information. The inability to customize the information in the reporting. The third one is the inefficient payment and workflow processes, which leads to delayed payments and causes all kinds of AP problems. Next slide, please.
So our challenges, inaccurate data entry and missing deadlines, typos and errors in data entry is one. I mean, it happens. Example might be a duplicate invoice entry. Second, misclassified transactions leading to inconsistent or incorrect reports. Missing invoices causing delays in payment processes. This could cause problems with key vendors that the center may rely on for product or service. Lastly, untimely reporting leading to missed deadlines. A good example is not receiving patient billing reports timely, which results in delayed financials being issued. Next slide, please. So the solution. Our solution is consistent. Our end product, I guess, would be consistent financial compilation monthly. And we put in some processes that we believe that will get us to that final goal. The first one, streamline accounting processes. I can think of one example I'd like to just share. As mentioned earlier, each center has a designated accounting manager, which provides a personal touch. That personal touch comes in the form of a beginning of the month email to all those that participate in the completion of the financial statements, which provides deadlines on when reports are due that are needed. For example, patient billing reports. These are critical that are part of the patient billing software. That email at the beginning of the month that gets everyone on the same page on when things are needed in order to get our financials done timely is critical. And it might seem like a simple thing to do, but it gets everyone on that same page and gets everyone thinking about when they need to get things done, and it helps to streamline the process. Other tools that we've used, tools such as AP automation. I can't overestimate the importance of this, how the hot new emerging software. This provides for document management, which is visibility, increased payment options, and approval channels. AP functionalities in reporting. Drilling down to transactions provides users with transparency. Sage Intacct allows for attaching invoices when they are entered. Even more automatic when using AP automation tool. Reviewing invoices on the fly allows the accountant to see whether invoices are posted to the right GL account. Again, consistency is what we are trying to see from month to month. CPA level review using analytical procedures. One such procedure is using trending reports, and Dara will touch on that in a little bit, to determine if something may be missing, such as a regular invoice. Communication with the center to contact the vendor might eliminate a problem before it becomes an issue with getting product or service. In the end, consistent monthly financials are extremely helpful for the decision makers. We believe the processes we put in place allow for good decisions to be made based on real consistent numbers. Next slide, please.
Like Dave mentioned, problems in AP can lead to problems in reporting, and we've seen centers they are so bogged down by the details, they don't have enough options to run reports that can analyze, streamline processes. They do not maintain KPIs, which can be an essential tool to bring in improvements in the center. Next slide, please. So Intact offers a variety of reports. You can run AP reports, financial reports, indicator reports, and we basically break down the cost into fixed and variable categories. We report on KPIs. All these tools really help the client know how they are performing month to month. Next slide, please. So here you can see different types of report that you can run in the financial category in Intact. And these reports, they help you identify areas where discrepancies can be seen from month to month, annually, how the cost and the revenues are performing based on the budget, based on previous year. So basically, you can change, modify anything in the report. These are custom reports, and you are able to create different kinds of reports based on customers' request. You can email reports out of Intact. You can run them by HTML way, where you can go and drill into an actual invoice. Basically, you can add, modify, delete anything from the way a report is run. Next slide, please. This is an example of a P&L detail report. It is a detailed analysis of cost broken down into fixed and variable category. You can see categories like labor and facility, direct supply within each item. So we have seen many centers, they have no idea of what their fixed costs are, and they do not know what their operating margin is. They do not know how to classify expenses between fixed and variable. So we developed an industry-specific chart of accounts where they can put all these information together in a ready format. And we serve our clients every month with the financial compilations. So it gives them an edge to analyze their revenues and spending, and just improve in the areas that they need to. Next slide, please. So this is an example of a trend report. You can see the expenses and revenue changing from month to month. You can run averages to make sure the numbers are looking correct and make sense. We can report on KPIs in these kinds of report. You can track labor hours, PTO hours, direct supply cost per case. Like as you can see over here, number of cases at the very top of the report. It's a key indicator. It's a KPI that we report. It's an example of a non-financial reporting, which makes Sage Intact so powerful. We are able to set up as many non-financial accounts, and you can report on those statistics every month with the financials. Next slide, please.
So we've seen some common challenges that ASCs face, and have come up with some solutions. Inefficient payment and workflow processes. This slide. So we have developed a cash position report that we send out weekly to our clients. It's a forward-looking report that includes planned actions such as rent, loan payments, payroll, weekly AP check runs. And also, based on the setter's history of collections, we can project out to get a reasonable look at what the cash balance is going to be in the account 4 to 6 weeks out. This is very powerful for the administrator or manager to then come up with a reasonable amount of AP to pay each week. Inefficient approval processes leading to delayed payments. So at the outset, we create a flow chart, and Dara had mentioned that earlier, which documents all those involved. There's multiple flow charts we use, but for AP, it documents all those that are involved in the AP process, disbursement process. When AP is going to be paid, the chart will indicate who enters, selects, approves, and who ultimately cuts the checks. Having separate individuals provides for good internal controls. And note all these steps can be done electronically. We generally do all via email in one string documenting all for those to see. I think we can go on to the next slide. Oh, so here's the solution that I mentioned in the last slide for those assistance and cash balances. We talked about the cash position report. We talked about flow charting, using those right tools to get the AP paid timely. We can go on to the next slide. So coming toward the end of this presentation, we'd like to just hit on a hot topic that's in accounting right now, and that is AP automation. I think it came out maybe 4 to 5 years ago, maybe a little earlier than that, but more and more companies are coming out with software providing AP automation. Again, I can't overestimate its importance in providing efficiency in AP workflow. Document management, multiple payment options, visibility, approval channels are the main benefits for the software. Now Intact has in their roadmap AP automation coming to their software to be out as early as the fourth quarter 2023. So we're really looking forward to that. Next slide.
Thank you, Dave. I think it's time for a Q&A now, and we are receiving a few questions from our viewers that we want to address. First one, Dave, how long does an accounting software implementation take place in a regular scenario?
So my take on going live is, it varies from client to client, really based on how quickly we can get the information we need. But my real look is, how long is it going to take us to cut a check out of the new platform? Yeah, that is where I determine that we are officially live. And really, if working very closely with a client, we could get this done within a matter of days. It could be very, very quickly if we get everything that we need. A longer period of time would be needed to import general ledger activity with accuracy. Obviously, the more years of activity we are asking to get in the system, the longer it will take. There's a process where we're taking information out of the old accounting software. We're getting it into a format that requires a little bit of work to get it in that format that will import into the new general ledger and line up with the new chart of accounts. So that does take a little bit more time, but probably 30 to 45 days, something like that. It could be sooner, but really that's a reasonable look at how long it would take.
Great.
So I have a question here, Dara. Question here is, we manage multiple ASCs in different states that have different reporting requirements. What are some of the other reporting areas where MedHQ helps?
Yeah, so there's a couple of areas where we help our clients make sure they comply with all government regulations and standard practices. We help them go through the audit process. Some of the clients have a requirement under their operating agreement to go through an audit, so we make sure they comply with this. We make sure the audit process follows through. We help them with their income tax filings, state tax filing, local filings, sales and use, property tax, all kinds of filings. We help them put together board packages as well, which the administrators can use for the board meetings. We have templates for budget, which they can use for making budgets, and any kind of ad hoc reporting relating to financials. We provide them all.
Thank you for that. I think we can go on to the end here of the presentation. So here's our contact information. Please don't hesitate, ask questions if anything comes up. we're both listed there, and our phone numbers as well. So thank you again for joining, and I guess till next time.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.